Okay, hello. Step 2 to my shampoo is actually making what's called oat milk. So in order to make oat milk, for soap and the shampoo, I'm going to do enough for both at the same time. I needed to use distilled water instead of regular water. So I measured out 2 cups of distilled water and put it on the burner, and it's pretty hot. It's gonna hopefully come to a boil there soon. It was boiling and I had to turn it down because I wasn't ready with the camera yet. Anyway, and you probably should use, I think you're supposed to use regular rolled oats, but all I have right at the moment is quick oats, and that's kind of fine because it won't have to cook for as long. If you use regular oats, it has to cook for about 2 hours, but quick oats, I find like a half an hour is sufficient. The longest thing that it takes is the cooling down part. It's a good idea to have one of these type of strainers. It has a very fine holes in it, and a deep bowl. It doesn't matter what the size bowl is, it just matters that it's deep, because you don't want the bottom of your sieve or whatever you're using to touch your milk. And then I'm going to, when that gets going, I'm going to cut some cheesecloth, and I'm just going to put some in this way, and then I'll cut another piece and go the other way, and I'll just let it sit there until it cools down, and then I'll squeeze the heck out of it. Okay, and I'm leaving my rolled oats, there it goes. I'm leaving my rolled oats as large as possible. I make this for a shampoo for my hair when I break out on the top of my head for eczema. I have eczema on the top of my head. So I use the oat milk because oatmeal gets stuck in my hair. So I use oat milk and homogenized milk and honey, and I wash my hair with that mixture. Okay, I'm just going to turn it down because I don't want it to have a full rolling boil, and I don't want to lose as much of the water as I possibly can. So, okay, I forgot to mention that that's the perfect boil right there for that. And you want to, every once in a while, stir it to make sure it doesn't get stuck to the bottom of the pot. It's alright if it gets stuck to the bottom of the pot. It'll be fine. But you don't want it to burn. You don't want any of the burnt oatmeal smell in your oat milk. Okay. And there I put the cheesecloth in there. Two layers. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off the burner. You can see I didn't stir quite enough. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, so I put it in the strainer, and look, nothing has even come out yet. So it's pretty well soaked up, all of that water. But it will eventually. I'll get some stuff in the bottom there. I can't squeeze it right yet because it's still way too hot. Alright, so right now I'm just trying to get it started. I'm kind of pushing down on the sieve and scraping the oatmeal through the cheesecloth. And it's starting it to go through, and I'll show you just a second. And so this is what you have in the end. So it has all the properties of oatmeal, but it doesn't have any clumps or any exfoliation, which is you know, really good if you're using it as a shampoo, because oatmeal stops the itch of eczema, so but I don't want to get it stuck in my hair, so that's how I do this. Okay, so I just gathered up the sides, and then I kind of like rolled them all together so that there's no gaps at the top, and I'm just pressing down nice and hard. And you can see the oat milk is coming out. See that? It's more like it's not really like milk anymore. It's more like a cream, a really thick, heavy cream, which will be good. This stuff, if you get it on your hands, it's awesome. Really moisturized. Okay, here we go. So I'm pressing down on it with the spoon. See? And I turn it a little bit. Squeeze and press. I want to get as much of this out as possible. Okay, so I'm all done pressing it out because, I don't think you can see this, but I tried to squeeze it with my hands, and there's all kinds of little tiny chunks in what comes out of the cheesecloth now. I don't know if you can see that, but they're just little itty bitty pieces, and they would be fine probably in a soap, you know, but I just don't want them in my shampoo. So I'm all done, and this is what I'm left with. I said it was oat milk, but it's, you know, whoops, it's kind of more like an oat starch kind of thing, because it's very gelatinous almost. But I'm going to use half of this in the shampoo and half in my soap, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it in with the water. I already measured up my water. Mix it in with the water part of my soap, and then add the lye, and the heat from the lye and the water mixing will help dissolve this into the water. So I'm not going to replace the water with this because it's just too, if it had turned out a lot more milkier, I probably would have done that, but it didn't, so I'm just going to add it to rather than replacing anything. Okay, let's do it. And by the way, what's left over here, you don't have to throw it away. What you can do is, what you can do with it is mix it with a little bit of milk and some honey and put it on your face as a face mask. It works really well. Softens the skin if you got dry skin. You know, it works great.